Have you ever asked yourself, why do some people seem overly obsessed with themselves? It's a common question that leads us to the intriguing concept of narcissism. But narcissism isn't merely about an exaggerated self-obsession. It's a complex psychological phenomenon, much like an iceberg lurking beneath the surface of a person's psyche. Yes, it's deeper and more multifaceted than you might think. There are, in fact, different types of narcissism. What if I told you that narcissism isn't just one thing but a spectrum of behaviors? Picture the classic narcissist, grandiose, attention-seeking, and utterly convinced of their own greatness. This is the grandiose narcissist, the most recognized type of narcissism. These individuals are characterized by a larger-than-life persona, imagining themselves as superior beings. They hold an inflated sense of self-worth, often bordering on self-obsession. They believe they are entitled to special treatment and will go to great lengths to maintain this illusion. Their need for constant admiration and validation is insatiable. Like a moth to a flame, they are drawn to the spotlight, thriving in the glow of others' adoration. They can be charismatic, charming, and persuasive, but this is often a ruse to keep their audience captivated. Yet, beneath this grandiose exterior, they possess a startling lack of empathy and darkness. They struggle to genuinely connect with others' feelings, displaying a cold indifference to anyone who doesn't feed their ego. Grandiose narcissists are like suns, demanding that everything and everyone revolve around them. Now, imagine someone who seems insecure but still expects special treatment. Welcome to the world of the vulnerable narcissist. This is a personality that is often overlooked, yet it is as damaging as its grandiose counterpart. Vulnerable narcissists wear a mask of insecurity to hide a deeply ingrained sense of superiority. Their self-esteem is fragile, like a glass house waiting to shatter at the slightest provocation. They are hypersensitive to criticism, interpreting even the most benign comment as a personal attack. This often leads to defensive aggression, a mechanism they use to protect their inflated self-image. They are also masters of manipulation, using their perceived weaknesses as tools to control others. Their aim? To seek control, for constant validation, and to reaffirm their self-worth. They thrive on the sympathy and attention they receive, twisting it to feed their narcissistic desires. Vulnerable narcissists may seem needy, but make no mistake, it's still all about them. Yet another, consider the person who always seems to be doing good deeds, but never fails to remind you of it. This is the realm of the communal narcissist. Now, these individuals are quite intriguing. They're always at the forefront of any charitable cause, volunteering at every opportunity, and seemingly selfless. But their motivation is far from altruistic. You see, the communal narcissist seeks admiration not through overt self-promotion, but through their perceived dedication to the greater good. They're the ones always sharing their latest good deeds on social media, not for the sake of the cause, but for the applause it brings them. They do not simply want to do good, they want to be seen as the epitome of goodness. And while they may appear to be the most selfless among us, they often turn charity into a badge of honor, a tool to elevate their status. Communal narcissists turn even selflessness into a competition. So we've seen that narcissism can come in different flavors: grandiose, vulnerable, and communal. Each of these types presents unique characteristics and behaviors. The grandiose narcissist is often outwardly confident, seeking constant admiration, and can be manipulative to maintain their self-perceived superiority. On the other hand, the vulnerable narcissist, while also seeking validation, is more likely to be sensitive and defensive, often feeling unappreciated or misunderstood. The communal narcissist takes a different approach, using their perceived contribution to the greater good as a means to garner admiration. They may seem altruistic, but their actions are typically driven by a need for recognition and praise rather than genuine concern for others. But here's the thing: these categories are not mutually exclusive. Individuals can exhibit traits from more than one type. It's not a matter of being this or that. Rather, narcissistic behaviors exist on a spectrum. Some people might lean more towards one type, while others might display a mix of traits. Understanding this spectrum is crucial. It helps us to see that narcissism isn't a one-size-fits-all label. It's a complex interplay of behaviors, motives, and self-perceptions. And it's this complexity that can make it challenging to identify and navigate relationships with individuals who exhibit narcissistic behaviors. Remember, narcissism is complex and there are many other types. Please see my channel for more information. Understanding its many forms can help us navigate relationships and recognize unhealthy patterns.